This is the jeepney, the most popular means of public transportation in the Philippines. Despite being an old vehicle dating back to post-World War II, the jeepney makes 40 million passenger trips daily, mostly students and workers, to reach their destination. Over the past 7 decades, the jeepney has resourcefully transformed itself from a military vehicle left behind by American troops to now being a cultural symbol of the Philippines. So why do millions of Filipinos use this mode of transportation? And as the beloved jeepney now faces a threat and could soon disappear from the roads, what will this mean for the daily lives and routines of millions of Filipinos? When World War II ended, departing American soldiers in the Philippines left behind a surplus of US Willys jeeps and were sold or given to Filipinos. Locals then used the resourcefulness to turn this military jeep into a vehicle for civilian transport. These jeeps were retrofitted with metal roofs for shade from the heat. Early models, based on British and American car designs, featured sturdy back entry carriages that seated passengers facing each other. As demand grew, so did the jeepney's capacity and popularity. By the 1950s, assembly line production by companies like Sarao Motors and Francisco Motors pushed the limits, allowing for larger, more efficient designs that would carry up to 18 passengers comfortably. These were the first true public utility jeepneys. The jeepney rapidly emerged as a popular and creative way to re-establish inexpensive public transportation, much of which had been destroyed during World War II. Drivers started to design these new vehicles with striking colors and images of literally anything. Now, it's a mode of transportation unique to the Philippines and is the most popular mode of commuting. Now, the question is, why is it still a vital part of daily life for millions of Filipinos? Well, there's affordability. With roughly 200,000 jeepneys across the country, they remain an affordable form of transportation in a country where the average annual income is around $3,500. Jeepney fares start at just 20 cents, ferrying roughly 40% of commuters everywhere. Another reason is convenience. Because of its open rear door design, picking up and dropping off is easy for both passengers and drivers. But also because of this convenience, some jeepney drivers are a source of traffic congestion. But despite being the most popular mode of public transport in the country, the iconic vehicle and its drivers are facing pressure from the government to modernize. In recent years, the government mandated that jeepneys over 15 years old should be replaced with new minibuses. These minibuses promise more comfort with air conditioning and cleaner fuel. But there's a catch. They come with a hefty price tag of about $50,000, and jeepney drivers are expected to pay and purchase on their own to replace their old jeepneys. For many jeepney drivers, this cost is simply too high. They argued that taking out loans to afford the new minibuses would burden them with debt for years. Some have protested, saying the government's modernization plan lacks sufficient financial support for drivers. Despite the push for modernization, many drivers, who often own their jeepneys individually, are reluctant to give up their vehicles. They worry about losing their livelihoods if they cannot afford to upgrade or be in debt. As the debate over jeepney modernization unfolds, the future remains uncertain. Despite these challenges, the fate of these iconic vehicles will still continue to impact the daily lives of millions across the Philippines and will forever be an iconic symbol.